United have started by knocking the ball around nicely. Wan-Bissaka to the right-hand side for Anthony. Down the line again for Wan-Bissaka on the overlapping run. There's a slight stumble from Danilo, but it's now Anthony who rolls it inside right channel for the ball across the penalty area, and it's blocked on the line as the shot came in after the first effort was stabbed away, and Sancho's effort blocked just around the 6-yard box. It was Bruno Fernandes that pulled the ball back. Navas with a right hand on it to turn it straight into the path of Jadon Sancho. Here's Niakate to hurl it into the penalty area. Towards the near post it goes. Maguire heads it up but not away. Johnson heads it back across the face of goal. It comes for Awoniyi back post and he stabs it towards goal. It was blocked by Casemiro. De Gea is down. He's hurt his ankle. Forest as close at one end as Manchester United were in the opening minute at the other end. And it remains 0-0 after 5.5 minutes.
Cracking start to the game, by the way.
Now Christian Eriksen sends it forward. I need to tell you all about him as well. Bruno Fernandes with the early ball in towards Jadon Sancho back post. He's blocked by Keylor Navas' challenge, but he turns it back towards the edge of the penalty area. Now the curling shot is from Diogo Dalot and it's over the crossbar. United are threatening and look really dangerous with the early balls in, which have almost caught Forest 2 or 3 times in the early stages. At the other end, Forest have come close as well. It's 0-0, it's 6 minutes, and I still haven't given you the team news.
And breathe, Colin, and breathe. Oh, it's breathless stuff.
United have it with Anthony right wing, playing one down the inside right channel for Anthony Martial, who turns away from the penalty area, gives it back to Eriksen. Now it's played back to the right-hand side for Fernandes to cross, and headed over his own crossbar, deliberately so, by Felipe, who then collides with Keylor Navas, and it'll be a corner to Manchester United.
It's not something you see from United, putting balls in so early. Really early cross, trying to perhaps get in behind Forest back three, who are trying to hold a higher line.
Lindelof wins it ahead of Brennan Johnson, and quickly forward again United down the left-hand side. Here's Jadon Sancho turning it back to Dalot, corner of the penalty area. He rolls it off to Wan-Bissaka inside the D, looking for a shot. Now Anthony to curl one, well wide and high as well, and it remains 0-0 after quarter of an hour. Here come United again. They've got one more forward than Forest. It's 5 against 4. This is Anthony into the penalty area. He's held up by a combination, but then the shot is fired in by Bruno and well dealt with by Keylor Navas. Good save, and then Freuler is upended by Martial and Forest get a free kick. Flying save from Keylor Navas away to his right to deny Bruno Fernandes, whose shot came out of nowhere from an angle right-hand side. He's belted that towards goal, has Bruno, and it is well saved by Keylor Navas in the 5-on-4 break. It looked like Forest had snuffed out the danger. 6 red shirts in there once more. This goes high, back post, and it somehow stayed out as Scott McKenna tries to just nod it home. I thought for all the world that from McKenna's header that had gone in, but has gone backwards, may have hit a post and gone away to safety from Manchester United's point of view. They're so close again, Forest. It remains 0-0 after 24 minutes. Felipe down the right-hand side now for Nico Williams, well forward. Williams trying to take on Jadon Sancho, has to go back in field for Danilo, drifts away from one, hits the shot, which didn't miss by much, and in fact De Gea has helped it on its way, so it's a corner. It actually came off Eriksen, I think, just a little flick off Eriksen's heel, and then De Gea went down. I think he was going to leave it, De Gea. Might have got a fingertip to it anyway. It was going wide, but it's a corner anyway from Danilo's shot.
To put it straight out like that, shouldn't be doing that.
Martial robs Danilo, and he's back into the penalty area, and it's a great save from Keylor Navas, but it's rolled right into the path of Anthony, and he makes it 1-0 to Manchester United. Again, Forest getting in a bit of a mix-up around the edge of their own penalty area, and Manchester United move the ball so quickly. And in the end, after a very good save from Navas, diving away to his left to make the save from Anthony Martial, shooting across his body, it was Anthony following up the quickest, and he stabs it home into an empty net after Forest looked as if they had the situation under control. It was won by Nico Williams, but then Felipe left it to Danilo, and that enabled Martial to get his challenge in, win it, play a 1-2, and forced the save out of Navas, which goes straight to Anthony. 1-0 Manchester United, 32 minutes.
Yeah, Forest their own enemy there, losing the ball in midfield.
Fernandez rolls it back infield, cut out by Gibbs-White. Now, Gibbs-White is a little bit isolated at the moment. Johnson trying to get up alongside him and ahead of him, and rolls it into Dalot. Dallow's touch goes straight to Awoniyi, whose snapshot goes over the crossbar. That's a great opportunity for Awoniyi to at least hit the target. He's 16 yards out, he had to be quick. Dallow's touch to take it away from Johnson after Gibbs-White's long carry with the ball. He tried to thread it through to Johnson. Dalot was in the way. Dallow's touch took it straight into Awoniyi, and Awoniyi got underneath it. Here's Anthony Martial, who made the United goal, and he's rolled it infield to Fernandez, who's 25 yards out. Now Eriksson to the left of the penalty area, lays it off for Dalot, who's well forward again. He has to check out, comes back for Eriksson. Eriksson's cross, header from Fernandez goes wide of the target, and it was a free one. And Felipe and Niakate and Scott McKenna all look at each other and go, well, shouldn't that have been you, or you, or you? It was nobody, and Fernandez heads it wide, and Forest get away with one. It remains 1-0.
Absolutely one of the smallest men on the pitch. He manages to just ghost into the penalty spot and should score. Probably a midfield runner.
Fernandez to take. Gives it short to Eriksson on the edge of the penalty area. Gives it back to Fernandez, who crashes a shot which I think Navas got a touch onto the crossbar. That's a magnificent save from the Costa Rican to deny Fernandez.
Yeah, great save.
Forest are forced to bring Brennan Johnson back defensively as Niakate heads the ball away, and Johnson should get to that ahead of Anthony, but then loses out in the tackle to Anthony. Dangerous position. Anthony wriggling across the edge of the penalty area, shoots wide of the target, covered by Navas's dive away to his right, and goes behind for a goal kick. They had to bring Johnson back defensively because United were finding a spare man on the edge of the box every corner in those flurry of 3 or 4 corners, and they brought Johnson back, and he looked as if he had done his job, but then lost out, giving Anthony the chance to shoot wide. Goes past Freuler, crosses, blocked by Nico Williams almost at source. Sancho holds off the challenge of Williams, gives it back to Dalot. Dalot with a little ball to Fernandez on the edge of the box. Fernandez shoots low this time towards the near post, and Navas goes down low to his right and makes the save.
That's a good save, because he was thinking it was going to be a curler into the far side. He'd just taken a step, and Fernandez just opened himself up.
That ball into the middle of the Forest half, and now Casemiro wide right, crosses back post and headed wide by Martial. He got in between Felipe and Nico Williams and rose high. He's one of those where he just seemed to hang in the air, and you saw the ball go into his head and thought this looks like 2-0, and I'm sure he thought this looks like 2-0. Casemiro's cross, Martial's header back post, wide of the target. 1-0 Manchester United. Morgan Gibbs-White to take the corner from the left-hand side, right-footed, in-swinging corner, in towards the near post this time, and Felipe got up and headed over the crossbar from about a yard out. Got right underneath it, and he's angry with himself, and he hits the post in frustration with his right arm. It was good delivery from Gibbs-White, and Felipe got to it ahead of everybody else and just got underneath it. Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes on towards Anthony just inside the box, sends it across the face of goal. Navas stretches, and this time Forest get the break. And I'll have commentary on that for you on Saturday afternoon, as in comes Anthony from this near touchline, and he's played it right through for a fantastic finish from Diogo Dalot. Anthony dribbling away down the right-hand side, ran infield across the penalty area. Dalot timed his run to perfection, and Anthony's little pass in behind the defenders found Dalot running onto it, and he's tucked it home to make it 2-0 to Manchester United. That is probably the points won by United. It is going to take a monumental effort from Forest to get back into it from here. They've huffed and they've puffed, but Anthony's wriggling run and little ball to Dalot, whose run was timed to absolute perfection, and he was clean through against Navas and was not going to miss that. Bruno Fernandes to take the free kick, goes for the top corner, but it sails wide of Keylor Navas's left-hand post, dived away. He'll say he had it covered. 7 minutes left.
I'm not sure he did. He's had a good afternoon, but I'm not sure he had that covered.